Hi, today I'm showing you how to embellish a piece of clothing. So I'm doing a really simple heart. You could either use a stick and stitch, which is like a piece of fabric that you peel off and you stick it on and then you stitch on top. Some of those will be in the summer box this year. But for this one, I'm just going ahead and drawing it straight onto the fabric. So I drew a picture of what I wanted and I put it underneath and I traced it through so that it's now in pencil on the front of my t-shirt, and I'm going to go over it with, actually I'm going to use one that's just a little bit lighter than that one so it doesn't leave too much of a mark. I'm going to draw the heart in pen now so that it's on the fabric clearly, because the pencil will rub away. There we go. So now I've got the image of what I want to stitch, and I'm going to start by outlining it. So I'm just finishing up my outline now. I've done a single split stitch with one strand of DMC thread. This color is 224 if you wanted to use the same color. It's a nice pink color. So here we go. Because this is a jersey fabric and not a muslin or a thick cotton that you might be used to doing embroidery kits on, just keep your stitches really, really small, because it's quite, as you can see, it's not very taut in the hoop, so it's moving around a lot and it's very easy to make a mistake. So just go slow and keep your stitches small. Okay, that's the outline finished. And now I'm going to do a satin stitch to fill the heart. So again, because of the type of fabric, I would recommend you keep your initial designs quite small until you are used to dealing with this type of fabric and just get a feel for it. I'm going to try this Eco Vita, this new organic, naturally dyed wool thread that DMC has put out recently. This is color 301, but I noticed them suggesting it for embellishing clothing, so I thought I'd give it a shot. It's a much thicker thread. It's not divisible like the DMC thread that I use in the kits. It's a much thicker strand, as you can see, but I think it might make it easier to fill and be a little bit easier to get straight lines as well. Now remember, for satin stitch, you always start in the center. So you're going to do your center line in your heart, then you're going to work in one direction and then in the other direction to fill the heart. So I filled it in one direction, and sorry it's upside down, but it's because the opening of the t-shirt is here, so it's easier to do it this way up, but I'll show you it the right way up obviously when we're finished. I've gone in one direction and now I'm going to go the other way. Just be really careful. See how it's pulling the fibers here? Just go really carefully as you go. Use your thumb and fingers to keep the fabric as taut as you can so that your stitches aren't too loose. And then you need to make sure that you're keeping these threads close together as possible and as straight as possible. Always go from work with satin stitch, you're working from the outside of the outline that you've created, so just outside the outline, the bottom there, to the outside of the outline at the top. And then you're just going to keep adding straight lines all the way till you get to the edge. Just adding the final stitches now. You could also add a stabilizer on the back, like an iron-on bonding, something like that. That would help working with this type of fabric. Oops, I just pulled. I can feel I pulled the back. And here goes the final stitch. Turn it around so you can see it. And there you have it. You've got your heart on your t-shirt.